Hi there, it's Bill Bishop, and I hope your new year is getting off to a great start. Now, next week, I'm going to be having what I'm calling the Big Idea AI Super Week, and I'm hoping you can join us for it. Now, what's going to happen is that every day next week, we're going to learn more and more and more about artificial intelligence, and I'm going to build a company from scratch using artificial intelligence, and you can come along for that ride. And I'm hoping as well that you might decide to start an AI project yourself, and we can help you build that during the week. Now, this whole thing is no charge at all, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to meet every day at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, and I'm going to share with you everything I've been learning during that week about artificial intelligence and show you the project in motion that we're building. Basically, a company that will be created by and run autonomously by artificial intelligence. So I'll talk more about that in a second. So this is for people who are really getting the memo that if you don't understand AI at a really deep level, you're going to be completely left behind. I mean, I'm talking about totally and completely left behind. And there's no more, oh, I'll wait to learn later, or, this is all a fad or whatever. That's absolutely nonsense. You really need to know as much as you can. So, however much time you can devote to this next week, it's going to be great for the future of your business. So what we're going to do is focus on a whole bunch of key things when it comes to artificial intelligence. So the first thing is we're going to talk about big ideas and why that's so important to have a big idea for AI. I call it the Project 2030, saying what is our business going to look like by 2030? And I can guarantee you it's going to be a business that is run primarily by artificial intelligence. If you don't have a business like that by 2030, you're probably not going to have a business. Okay. So we're going to be talking about big ideas. We're also going to be talking about all the different AI platforms, the foundations like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. We're also going to be looking at AI agents. We're going to be looking at how to create websites and software using AI. And I'm really going to be just sharing with you what I'm learning in the moment, because I'm going to spend 8 hours a day for that week learning everything I can about AI. And then I'm going to be using it to build this AI company, my AI company, which, like I said, I'll explain to you in just a second. Now, the model that we're going to use is to give us some structure to this, is got 4 parts to it. And we found this very helpful with our clients so far when they're trying to grapple, how do I use AI in my business? So I say first thing is you have to have a big idea, which is our core concept in our company, big idea company. You got to have something big you're trying to accomplish here, right? It's not just fiddling around with it. You're saying, no, I'm actually building something here that's going to be incredibly useful for people. And then we're going to think about how can I automate everything I possibly can using AI? And then how can I innovate? How can I create new kinds of value in the world? And most importantly, how can I use this to humanate? Okay. Which essentially boils down to 2 things. Is one, how do I use this to make life better for my customers and everyone else, all the humans that are involved with my business? And also, of course, how can you make your life better as a human being? So we're not losing touch at all with the human element. It's actually the most important piece, actually, ultimately. Okay. So that's the framework that we're going to use to give structure to this week. So that's a strategic process. So these are the dates. It's January 2025, New Year. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're going to be working on this. Thursday, we're going to take a little bit of a pause. We won't have a meeting that day. I've got some other things I have to attend to, but each of those days, I'm going to focus on a particular part of AI. And at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, you can come on Zoom, and I'll just share with you what I've been learning so far. And also, you can ask questions and show people what you've been working on. So it'd be generally an hour. If we have more to talk about, we can go more than an hour. But all you need to do is register on Zoom to get the link to get into those meetings. So you can come to the meeting every day if you want to, or you can just come to one or two of them, depending on your schedule. Okay. But by the time we get to Friday, we're going to be cooking with all kinds of amazing AI stuff that you never knew before. Okay. So this is just a week to really, really bear down and focus on this. I think that I'm looking forward to probably learning more and applying more in AI in this week than I might in a whole year, because I'm just focusing on it. So this is an opportunity for you as well. And I will record the meetings that we have each day, so you can watch those if you're not able to make each meeting. And like I say, there's no fee for any of this. Okay, this is just us working together on all of this. Now, the project that I'm going to work on is something I'm really excited about. It's called the Big BBS, the Better Business Super Hub. And this is a platform for small business owners, solo entrepreneurs, and people who have small teams, small business people, which is, primarily the kind of folks that we work with here. We also work with CEOs as well. So if you're a CEO of a company, you can certainly benefit from this as well. But this particular platform is going to be for the small business owner. Now, I'm excited about it because this is taking me back more than 30 years to 1989 when I started the Big BBS, the original version of it. And that's how I got my internet company going. And it was actually a pretty big success. It was a bulletin board system for small business owners. And we got thousands of people on that platform. And it was going great until the web came along and kind of blew it all out. But it was a great idea at the time. And then I just kind of put it to bed. And then I realized, you know what? We've come full circle now, because we can use AI to create a platform for business owners. And I decided, well, just call it Big BBS. That name's still there. And I said, now let's build this whole thing using AI, a new version of it using AI. So that's the project that I decided to apply to this AI Super Week, just to give myself some sort of structure here, something to work on, But I'm pretty excited about it. And I've already started working on it. And one of the things I've done to get this started is I've actually had the AI help me plan out the blueprint for this. And not just one AI, okay? Actually two. I've used ChatGPT and Gemini, Google Gemini. And what I did was I took two iPads and I got them talking to each other. So I said, okay, ChatGPT, you're advisor 1, and Gemini, you're advisor 2. And here's the project that I want to work on, the Big BBS. And I shared my vision for it. And then I said, okay, well, let's start with ChatGPT advisor 1. You just tell me what you think of that idea and give me some new ideas and ways to make it even better. So that AI started talking, right? And I said, Gemini was listening. And I say, okay, now Gemini, what do you think about what ChatGPT said? Okay. So I got them talking to each other about this. And I said, okay, now I want you to build the whole idea of this based on my vision and make it better and better. Just keep talking about it until you make it better and better. And then make a prompt for building all of this. So I actually left the room for half an hour. I came back. They were still talking to each other. And I said, okay, well, that's great. Now let's build that blueprint and that prompt to build this whole system. So there's going to be a lot of revisions to that, but we're already at a very high level of how this is going to work. Okay, this whole Big BBS platform, which will be a multi-sided platform that's going to have a community that business owners can join to learn about how to take their business to the next level. There's going to be a whole membership program that they'll be able to do and go through a coaching process with either an AI or a human. So we're going to have AI coaches take them through a process. And then there's going to be a resource network that is going to give them access to all these resources at a discount. And all of this will be marketed and run by AI agents. So this is one of the key things about this, is that the AI agents will be looking for and soliciting business owners to join this. It'll be coaching them through a process, and it'll actually be soliciting and onboarding vendors to provide resources to the group. So this is, and then the other thing it'll do, okay, is that it will be continuously figuring out how to make it better, make the whole platform better, figure out how to help these business owners take everything to a next level and get to know them. And it'll essentially become the operating system for small businesses. This is the goal of the big BBS. And it's a big one. And it's all going to be created and run with my help by AI. And so that's the vision of it. So we'll see how it goes. This is why it's kind of a journey here. There's a video that I've included with this email, and it was produced by Notebook LM, which you should know about if you don't already know about it. It's Google Notebook LM. So it created a video explaining the big BBS. I don't know if it's going to be the Solopreneur OS. I don't know if that's going to actually happen, but it does. It is a really good explainer video about the vision of this big BBS. So this is what the project that I'm going to be working on. Okay, so the question would be, what's the project you're going to work on? Maybe you got your own project, and you can, as you're seeing what I'm doing, you could say, well, what is that business for me? What's my big idea for the future in a world where AI is kind of running everything? And like I say, this is something that you gotta get your head around, because it's turning into such a big deal, and most people in business have no idea. Literally no idea. Like, they're not using AI hardly at all. They don't get how this is going to disrupt every industry, and how it can be turned into a huge money-making opportunity for anyone that has any significant knowledge about how all this works. So this is why I'm really encouraging you to participate in the AI Super Week, okay? Because I want you all to be working on ultimately your big idea, heading towards 2030, which isn't actually that far away right now. And like I say, the world's going to be a lot different by then because of where AI is going to be. So the other thing is about this is a lot of this sounds really out there, what I'm talking about with AI, but I'm looking out there. I'm saying, look, it may not be able to quite do that yet, but it's going to be able to do that next year and the year after that. So I want to be setting this up to have this business that's fully autonomous, that ultimately just runs itself using AI. And that's what the promise of this is. So you might be able to make a lot of money if you get this figured out. Okay, so that's the big idea AI Super Week. And I'm already superly charged up, and really the week's already started for me because I'm already working on this. But when we get next Monday, it's going to be full steam ahead. So I'm really hoping that you will come and join me. And here are the dates again. Here's they are. It's the week of January 12th. And so there's a link there that you can click on. And in this case, we just want you to register because we want to know who is actually attending this. So all you got to do, there's no fee for it or anything. You just got to go on and put your name in and your email address, and it will give you the links, the Zoom link to come to the meetings. Okay. So those are the dates, and whatever you can do as far as participating, even if you just come to one of the meetings, you might learn a whole heck of a lot about that. All right. So the other thing, just as a reminder, one is that I suggest you check out that explainer video about the big BBS, because it will explain how we're going to build this platform using AI. Okay. So not only is the AI going to run that business, the AI is going to build that business. That's the thing that a lot of people haven't quite got their head around yet. That it's not just a tool you can use, it's actually a tool you can use to build a business, right? That's really, really exciting. The other thing is I've included a video here that's on YouTube. It's not something I produced, but someone else did. And I think it's a really excellent one. It's not very long. And it just explains the AI technologies coming in 2026. And it's really reinforces why it's so important for you to really start to spend significant time learning and using AI in your business at a high level. Okay, this is it, and it explains very, very clearly why that's so important. Okay, so it's not a lot of hype here. Okay, that's the thing. There's a lot of hype around this, That's not what we're talking about here. Okay. This is just the reality of what's going on. There's tons of hype, we can get caught up in that and say, get really cynical about it. But that's just people trying to, make money in ways that are not necessarily good. But this is the reality of what's going on. That's what we're trying to get to. Say, this is what's going on. This is how it's going to affect things. That video is an excellent thing to watch. So I do suggest maybe that's a little bit of homework just to get ready for the Big Idea AI Super Week. Okay. So thanks for listening to this. I really hope you'll participate in this, and this might be the launching of your future business of your dreams by learning these amazing tools that are there that can help you do amazing things. And so I look forward to seeing you at the Big Idea AI Super Week starting on January 12th.